Despite being a super billionaire and also being the world's richest man for much of the year, some say it's been a rough year for old Elon Musk, relatively speaking, of course. Because with Tesla's stock plunge and all the heat that he's taking over his Twitter takeover, along with some rather odd tweets, some say Musk may finally be maxed out. So what happens ahead for arguably the world's most closely watched CEO and also Tesla, his baby? Let's bring in Jim Stewart, columnist for the New York Times and a CNBC contributor, and Hope King, business reporter at Axios. Jim, you've been studying companies and management for some time. Is it hyperbole to say there has never been a founder like him in maybe both good and troubling ways?
You're right. In all my decades of being a reporter and having met many, many CEOs and founders, there's no one quite like Musk. And having met him a few times and interviewed him on the phone, you never quite know what Musk you're going to get. I mean, I have to say, my first meeting with him, he could not have been more charming, more reasonable, more down to earth, more saying all the right things. And then another time, he was in tears on the phone and it seemed completely out of control. It was like I could hardly believe it was the same person. But we've seen the extremes of his behavior, the genius, the mania, the impetuous behavior, the mature decisions, the childish ones. I mean, he is coming into a little more focus, but I totally agree. There's been no one like him.
Yeah, and Hope, I think you make a good point, and you've made this point before, which is it's bizarre. And the media is to blame as well. We sort of act like Tesla's this new company. I drove a Tesla, I think it was in 2008, when it was the old Lotus back in California. This is not a new company. It's not 100 years old like GM and Ford. I get it. But we're still debating Tesla and Musk like it's like a year-old startup. Right, Hope? This is not the case.
Hold
on, Jim. Let Hope go. I want to hear your take, Jim. Let Hope go, and then we'll go to Jim.
I'm glad you brought that up, Brian. I was actually thinking about this exact context today in preparation for our conversation. And, given all the attention that what I said yesterday on Squawk Boxes, I have to be careful here depending on how this is clipped. But you're right. I mean, we watched Tesla grow up, right, over the past 20 years. We did not have the luxury, have not of watching a GM grow up and a Ford grow up. So I think a lot of us, because we have seen it firsthand and experienced it firsthand, feel like we have the ability to weigh in and to have a perspective on it that matters. And I think that's why you're seeing that, the retail interest, the way investors have been investing stock. So I love that you brought it up. I think it's an important context to bring up here. It's why, we are by the way, on your show today, Brian. I mean, it would not be a tech company, or it is a tech company because you're in your tech roundup today. So I think that answers the question.
I'm just curious what happened on Squawk. I missed the show, Jim. Now my interest is piqued. But I think Jim, you get my point on Musk. He's not 28. This is not a new company. They should know what's going on by now.
No, and also I think given the passage of time, there has been a real both generational and sea change in how Musk is viewed. I mean, in the early days, everybody loved Musk. I mean, nobody knew Musk all that well, but they loved what he was doing, and they loved the product. I mean, and the whole idea that we had these sort of sclerotic, legacy auto companies that were kind of doing electric vehicles, but they didn't really want to change the universe. And he came out of left field with this incredible product, this vision that people said couldn't be done, and he was succeeding. So, especially many of my age group peers, he was a hero. But now a time has passed with this erratic behavior, these controversial political, sort of libertarian, some of them off the wall views. At Thanksgiving, I was with my nephew, who's a junior at the University of Texas and a computer science major, and he and his peers have completely turned against him. Musk, I said I thought I might like to buy a Tesla. He said, "Oh no, nobody wants to buy a Tesla anymore." That group seems to have completely turned against him.
And that's in Austin, where Tesla is now based, Jim. So, Hope, before I go back to you, I want to go back to that, Jim. Take us into that thinking. I understand he's had some controversial tweets some people find offensive, whatever they may be, ultra-libertarian to the point of being offensive to some. But what was your nephew's bigger point then, that this is not a political view they can get along with?
Well,
and it goes to the product?
He didn't really take issue with the politics so much. I think certainly a certain amount of hypocrisy from Musk has grated with this generation. I mean, here he is claiming to be the champion of free speech, and then he bans journalists. He bans somebody who wants to track where his plane is. Now, admittedly, he put them back on, but this is rank hypocrisy. When it suits his whim, he seems to be for free speech. But when it doesn't, he isn't. And I think that's very troubling to people who are still younger and more idealistic.
It's fair enough. I do wonder, though, Hope, if that we get certain takes on certain sides, that if Musk maybe has picked up as many fans as he lost, I have no way of knowing. I guess the numbers will ultimately bear themselves out. But this is like the story, I feel like, to Jim's point, where you had this underdog going against the evil big three car companies. I don't mean evil, I mean that metaphorically, you know, like sort of Star Wars-ish. Now he's the boss. You know, and we see this in so many different industries where the person who goes from underdog, they go from David to Goliath, doesn't matter who they are, ultimately people want to bring Goliath down. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a huge target. You know, any major media organization is a huge target. I mean, anybody really, any organization that has a big audience becomes a huge target. But I think one thing that we have to remember for those that are looking at Tesla from a long-term perspective is that, you know, they dropped motors from their name in 2017. Tesla's mission, Elon's vision has always been much greater than just automobiles. They started out, you know, as that car company, but now with solar power products, you know, for the home, for rooftops. I mean, if Elon is able to innovate more in these directions, they still have a leg up against all these other car companies because those car companies are selling just one product, just the car.
And Jim, to wrap it up, I mean, I don't want to compare the two directly, but not a lot of people like Steve Jobs, did they? I mean, he could be highly offensive, highly irascible, whatever term you want to use. Maybe you got to be that way.
But his public image was very carefully crafted and nurtured. Steve Jobs was not out there making, you know,
he wasn't smoking weed on Joe Rogan. Steve Jobs.
You know, it wasn't overtly political. I mean, you have Musk now running a media platform in Twitter, and you know, the heads of consumer-facing consumer products who want to appeal to every possible buyer. I mean, true, Bezos is in the Washington Post, but a prescription for broadening your market is not to be intensely scrutinized by the media and to making pronouncements constantly, many of them controversial, that are bound to alienate a large swath of your possible customer base. I think Musk is more the face of Tesla than Steve Jobs ever was of Apple.
That's